Congratulations are in order for each of you in your present success. Each of you have worked diligently to be sitting here today. Congratulations should not only go to you, but to your parents as well, who may have worked as hard as you, if not more. I am certain there have been many late nights, many tears from struggles, tears of joy, and because I know many of your personalities, many anxieties. It is on this topic that I hope to provide some encouragement, not only to you as students, but to your parents as well. You see, our anxieties, they speak, and we would be wise to listen. Like a mystery or a puzzle, anxieties give us clues. When thoughtfully pieced together, these clues reveal our deepest desires and our most dreadful fears. Using myself as an example, my peculiar perfectionistic anxieties have revealed to me throughout the years my desire to be successful in whatever I do. And my fear is to be seen or perceived as a failure or incompetent. This has all sorts of implications and manifestations that I just don't have time to expound upon, but my desire for success and my fear of failure can drive my thoughts mad. In these times, I tend to live, as probably many of you do as well, I tend to live not in a world of what is, but in the endless imaginary world of what ifs. What if I didn't do that one question correct? What if I get a B or a C? What if my parents get really upset? That's the worst, isn't it? A desire for success is usually accompanied with a fear of failure. A personal friend of C.S. Lewis wrote to him expressing his discouragement in a time of failure as a writer. Lewis wrote back and said, "The first thing when one is worried as to whether one is a literary failure is to assume the absolutely mercilessly that the worst is true, and then to ask, what then?" Lewis, an accomplished writer, goes on to describe a time in which he failed and stated, "And I remembered after a miserable night, I sat down to assume the worst, and on that basis come to terms with the situation." He would go on to reveal that he found two unmet desires that were at the root of his own anxiety. He had a desire for self-verification and outside acknowledgement. In other words, he desired to see himself as successful, and he desired that others would recognize him as successful as well. He goes on to say that he found that these anxieties were a kind of self-love that needed to be extinguished, mortified, or killed. He would say that these fields of writing, reading, or learning in general were meant to draw us out of ourselves. Learning is meant to be motivated by the interest in or love for the object or subject, not from the privileged position as seer of the object or subject. See, when focusing on the certain criteria of success, we can become self-focused, which can feed our personal anxieties. Yet, when motivated by an interest or love of learning, that learning brings us a sense of awe of our Creator. In essence, it draws us out of ourselves. You are to be congratulated for your academic success, especially today, as you are inducted into the Beta Club and National Junior Honor Society. Yet as you are mastering your education, don't forget to be in awe while you are being educated by the Master. It is then that rather than being feared and avoided at all cost, failures will become welcomed as opportunities and blessings. And rather than a goal to be earned and therefore possibly lost, success will become a byproduct of diligent work motivated by love.